Hey guys, welcome back to the Chaotic Kids channel, where I, Michelle, document my life here on YouTube as I try to become a full-time author, while also traversing the world to multiple personalities. If that sounds interesting to you, stick around, but today we are going to get back to working on JJ's story, which is my contemporary Christian fiction coming-of-age storyline about a boy who has mental health issues and right now is going through his high school midlife crisis. So, let's get into it. Hey guys, today is December 5th. It is a Friday. So we're getting back into working on JJ's story. I'm really excited to get back into it. So I've actually done one writing sprint already. But so I'll do a quick recap of the book that I'm working on. This is my YA Christian fiction coming of age storyline, where I'm following a character named JJ as he's going through his mental health crisis right now. I have him, from my loose information of mental health issues and what I personally go through, I am writing JJ as if he has some sort of dissociative disorder, maybe multiple personality, like DID, or maybe OSCD, which is dissociative identity disorder, and other specified dissociative disorder. And I would say he leans more dissociative identity disorder, but I'm not sure. I'm not qualified enough to really say 100% what he's got. But yeah, so I am working on his book. This is the chapter. So at the end of chapter 14, I don't know how much information they give you because I am trying to query this book once it's done. But the end of this last chapter, we had his little girl alter going to find his cell after the JJ everyone knew kind of got pushed back into the back of the mind as a darker voice named Julian took over the body. So there's JJ and then there's Julian. Julian is currently in control of the main body. So kind of the host, but also kind of just acting as, I don't know, like a rogue, like, I'm done with life. Well, not done with life, but he's like, I'm done with what life was like before. I'm deciding to start anew, and this is the new life we're going for. While all the other parts are like, I don't know what to do because he's technically a protector, and he's got, like, kind of like magic almost. But at the same point, like, he doesn't have full control because there's another part named Jay who is very similar to him, and he has magic too, but he's just, Jay's the lightness to Julian's darkness, if that makes sense. But anyway, so JJ, the character that we knew originally, is now waking up in his cell, and he is going through some stuff right now. So I just got done writing my, like, first 30-minute sprint of the day. I've been really into doing writing sprints lately. I typically don't do writing sprints. Like, I am somebody who usually just writes until I'm like, okay, this chapter's done, I'm going to move on, and then maybe take a break, otherwise just continue writing until the chapter's done. But really with the Grace pen name, because this, like, I am somebody who has multiple personalities. The person who's talking right now is somebody, I'm not going to say my name, but the person who is writing is Grace. So Grace is here with me right now. And she is really enjoying having writing sprints and actually taking, like, 25-minute writing sprint or writing until, say, the paragraph's done, and then going into taking a 5-minute break, then going back and doing another round. But so we did like a 30-minute writing sprint the first time, and we wrote 760 words in that section. We're at a grand total of 41,330 words. We are just about ready to get started with the second writing sprint. It is currently 10:38. I think our laundry should be done, so we might want to go change that. And get ready for the next load. Yeah, so we are going to get ready to do the next writing sprint. Maybe get to, I don't know what word count we're going to get to because we want to reread what we previously written, do a little tweaking on it, and then go into the next section, if that makes sense. So that's the game plan. I'm going to go change over my laundry, and I will see you guys after the 25-minute break. So, well, after the 25-minute writing sprint. So, yeah. See ya. Okay, guys, so I just got done doing my next 25-minute writing sprint. I'm at 41,913 words. I added 583 words. This is an addition, so what I did was I took what I wrote with the original 700 words that I wrote. I then went through and edited it and added the extra 500 words. I feel like I strengthened the beginning of the story, beginning of the chapter. I added more detail and kind of showed the slowly progression, showed more of the slow progression into JJ's frantic thoughts. Because before I felt like I was there was no silence, there was silence, and I was like, I want to lead up to it kind of thing, because I need him to kind of process all these things that should be going on, but yet there's nothing, there's absolutely nothing. So yeah, I really like it. I'm actually gonna do a third writing sprint today, which, shocker, I usually only do two. And it's 11:17, so usually I'm like, oh, I'm hungry, but I'm not hungry right now. Actually, in honesty, I haven't been hungry at all lately these last couple of days. I just eat because I have to. Because my med person told me once to at least try to eat 2 meals a day. And I try to at least do that. I've been eating 3, but honestly, the third one doesn't sound good. And I kind of force myself to eat. Sorry, I just wanted to say that. But yeah, so I'm going to get into my third writing sprint. Then eventually I will go down and eat. Maybe only eat a sandwich or something. But then I will be going to my grandma's because she sounded like she was lonely today. But yeah, so that's the game plan. I think I've already written over 1,400 words today. Yeah, so that's pretty good. But I'm going to keep writing, finish editing through that first 760 words, and then see if later on I want to work on more. I don't know. That's all I got to say, and I'll see you guys later, okay? Bye. Okay, guys, I just got done with, I think, the last part of this chapter. And oh my goodness, I absolutely love it. So, I added an additional 517 words to chapter 15. I edited the second part of the story, the second part of the initial 700 words that I did, finished off the story, and oh my gosh, I love it so much. I cannot express enough, this chapter hit me hard. The whole book is hitting me hard, but I have this almost giddiness about this next part of the book. Not necessarily the next part, but this next chapter that's coming up. I'm giddy about it because I'm I'm so excited to write it. Yeah, and the reason I think this chapter went so much quicker than chapter 14 is not only because chapter 14 I didn't really know what I was writing, but chapter 15 had been playing in my head for 2 days, and I was because there's one night I stayed up until midnight, and I was just, because Grace was just talking and talking and talking, being oh, this is how it's gonna play out and stuff like that. And honestly, I don't even know, I've always had, speaking as Michelle here, I'm always so scared that whatever we are writing is not as good as we think it is in our head, if that makes sense. Sometimes saying it out loud, it feels like it doesn't feel right and stuff. And, hopefully our story is a good story, but, at the same point, we doubt, is it good? Is this just us knowing what's going to happen that gets us excited or anything like that? I don't know, but, chapter 15, so good. We got to get back into JJ's perspective, the part named JJ's perspective, and we meet, JJ meets his first alter that he fully remembers and knows about, fully gets to see firsthand. I also, as the writer, get to know what this character looks like. And It was, oh, it made me so happy. And, like, it also makes me want to, like, write about what each one of my alters look like. Which, okay, it feels so, some people look at me whenever I say I'm an author, but I also have multiple personalities. They're like, how does that work? Because, like, some authors, like, I feel like when they talk about their characters, they feel like a real person, which, like, I feel that too. Some of, like, my characters are real people to me, but yet they're not as real as my parts, because my characters only come out and talk during times I'm writing that story. And once I'm done with that story, they're kind of gone, but my alters stick around for the whole time. And so it's just, I don't know, it's so, my brain is so magnificently chaotic. It is beautiful. Um, and it just, like, I feel like it just shows how, like, I feel like my words are really good, and I feel like with how my storytelling is being told, like, it feels like this just beautiful, beautiful child that's being presented, and I love it. I love it so much. And the problem is, I'm also, like, I've heard so many people, whenever they talk about editing, being like, you have to kill your darlings and stuff. And I'm like, I am at 42,000 words long, 42,430 words long. And I'm like, maybe I'm going to have to kill some darlings, but I'm like, I don't want to. I really don't want to. And I'm so worried about word count that that's my problem, is I'm so worried about word count, but I'm just like, I don't want to kill off my darlings. I really don't. Don't let me kill them. But yeah, chapter 15. Ooh, it was so good. And today, honestly, has been a really, really good day. I did 3 writing sprints today. I worked for about an hour and a half, maybe even longer. I added 1,860 words to the story, and they are good words. They are good, solid words. And I'm still going to probably take, I might come back and do this again later. I don't know. I'm going to take some time, just relax, eat, go see grandma and dad. And I don't know if I'll come back and write some more, but I really enjoyed what I did today. And I'm feeling really good. So yeah, I'm going to continue this video because this has only been 1 day long and it's not that long of a video, but damn. Today's writing sprint has been really good. So yeah, I will see you guys maybe later today, maybe tomorrow. I don't know, but I'll see you guys later, okay? Bye. Hey guys, today is December 6th. I'm not Michelle or Grace or anyone like that. I am honestly not exactly sure who I am right now, and maybe that should be a sign that I don't work right now. Um, but like, the only desire that I have to do right now is just to lay in bed and be a vegetable. And that's pretty much us saying, like, we're not going to do anything, we're just going to lay down. But I know Michelle and some of the other system members would kind of be upset at us, well, upset at me if I were to do that, because that just eggs on the depression that we feel all the time. And now we could go clean the house and stuff, which is something that we need to do. But at the same point, like, I don't have the desire to do that. Like, I don't know. I'm kind of alone right now, and I don't want to do anything, but yet here I am, like, trying to force myself into doing Grace's project. Which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm almost leaning more towards bad things since I'm not Grace, and I don't know what she wants to write. But yeah, I came out this morning and just don't have any desire to do anything. Yeah, it doesn't help that this morning when we were in bed, we ignored our alarm clock like 3 times, which that's a normal occurrence anymore. But we also, like, once we were awake, we just laid in bed for like 15 minutes, like, not doing anything. Yeah. I just don't have any desire to do anything. And maybe that's really a sign not to do anything, but I'm listening to someone who's like, you need to at least try to do something today. And they know, like, I'm probably not going to stay out the whole time, but we got to try to do something. Yeah, so we're going to sit down, do like a 25-minute writing sprint, see if we can get into JJ, if I can get Grace to come out and help with JJ's project. Um, but otherwise, I think I'm just gonna maybe take the day off and just be a vegetable. Well, not be a vegetable. I need to clean the house. I need to clean the house. Um, so yeah, I think that's our game plan. I'll see you guys later, okay? Bye. Hey guys, so we got done doing two 25-minute writing sprints. It was really good. We finished chapter 15, so chapter 15 is done. We put it into Google Docs. Right now, the story is sitting at 43,040 words. We added like 2,500 words to chapter 15. And chapter 15 wrote really, really smoothly. We told the story how we wanted to tell it, but also like we had a pretty solid idea of where it was. Mostly because the day before we started writing, we were brainstorming and stuff. Not purposefully. It was just Grace was having an active night, and she just thought of all these plot ideas and stuff. But yeah, so Grace's chapter 15 went really well. Yeah, it's really good. And we've been just thinking about like how it's so funny for us to be writing this story. Not funny, but like it's so interesting that we're writing this story and it's the first book in the series. Because I feel like this would make a perfect ending to the series, but also at the same point, it just depends on each book. And like each book's probably gonna take its different turn. But like thinking of some other characters in JJ's world, like the other students in his class, I'm just like, this is interesting because I'm like, this doesn't feel like this one feels like the most dramatic, but also I feel like this is the most like I don't know, dense, compact, like most story, like I don't know how to put it because like this is just the more intense of a subject because it's got to deal with mental health. Well, not because it's got to deal with mental health, but because there's alters. And like obviously with alters you have to have each one of the alters be its own character and stand on its own. And it feels like there's two different storylines happening in the same book. Does that make sense? So it's just interesting. But I'm also like I'm kind of thinking right now as I'm talking, I'm thinking about the next book in the series that I want to do, which I think is going to be Gracie's story, which is a character we briefly meet in book one, well, in Act 1 of this story. And I'm sure I'm going to add more into it as the series goes on, well, as the book goes on. But what's interesting about her is she's more depressed and has more self-harming ideations. I was about to say ideas, thoughts, and I was like, that's ideations. And I'm just like, I'm kind of thinking of like how to work this into a story, like how to make it a more complex story. Because like since like I feel like JJ's story is really complex, so I'm like, how do I make them all equally as complex? If that makes sense. So I don't know. But then again, I'm also like, maybe I shouldn't follow Gracie's story since it is like we barely met her, and maybe we should go into Katharina's story, and then Katharina's story can lead into Gracie's story, which then leads to Aaliyah's story, which then leads to Mary and Martha's story, which then leads into the other characters. So I don't know. I don't know. But I'm like really enjoying JJ's story. I don't think I was enjoying it when I originally was writing it, but right now I'm loving it. So yeah, it's been really good. Part of me wants to end the clip here because I want to have like one day, like a video for each chapter. Um, so I might end it here. I'm not sure. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I think I am gonna end this clip video here. Just so then the next time we're do a writing video, it is going to be chapter 16 of the book. And you know, if a lot of these, if more of these chapters write as quickly as this one did, then we'll do multiple chapters in a day or in a video. But for right now, I'm just gonna do one. But yeah, so this is a really good good day. Well, good couple days. And I will see you guys in the next one where we will be writing chapter 16. And not entirely sure what chapter 16 is, but we'll figure it out, okay? So I'll see you guys later, okay? Bye.